Buckle up, guys. Today we are going to watch a custody case spiral fast. A father walks in claiming he hasn't seen his child for over a month, while a standing court order says custody should be split. The judge wastes no time laying down the law. Personal feelings don't override legal orders. Right away, the tone is clear. This isn't about opinions, it's about compliance.
The plaintiff father's motion for immediate return of the minor child, as well as plaintiff father's motion to modify custody and parenting time. This hearing is being conducted via Zoom. Present is Attorney Hassad Hamad, representing the plaintiff father, Edward Kine. Mr. Kine appears to be present with Mr. Hamad. In addition, defendant mother, Shimane Johnson, appears to be present. Is the child been returned to father, Mr. Hamad?
No, Your Honor.
All right, Ms. Johnson?
Yes, Your Honor.
Where's the child at?
She is with my daughter while I'm doing this court hearing.
Well, until such time as there's an order entered by the court, it's week on, week off parenting time. You just can't unilaterally change parenting time. If you feel the child's in danger, you call protective services, call law enforcement. But absent that, the child needs to be returned to father.
I'm working with Child Protective Services as well as Hope Shores Alliances, their domestic violence coordination. And there's a lot of abuse going on in the home. I was living in the home with the father as well as the child, and the father has been abusive in front of the child towards me, as well as allowing sex offenders around the child still that are in the court order, previous court orders, to not be around the child.
I'm going to object to this testimony as it's not founded and.
Right, Ms. Johnson, Mr. Walker, for the court, did your office receive any reports from protective services? Mr.
The front of the court has not received any.
The mother fires back with heavy accusations: abuse, unsafe living conditions, even sex offenders, turning the courtroom into a credibility war. But the father's attorney dismantles it piece by piece, framing it as a pattern of repeated, unproven claims. What starts as concern quickly looks like strategy, and the court is forced to weigh emotion against evidence.
He wanted to keep Ms. Johnson under his purview and his care to make sure that if she was using, at least he would have control of that when Essence was with him, this minor, and she's not in a dangerous situation. Now we don't know where this child is. We don't know what he believes, that there was a guy she met online that she actually went up north and she stayed with for two weeks with this minor child. I have no idea who this guy is. There might be drug use. We don't know if she currently is positive for any type of drug use. Last time she was using crack cocaine under his house when he reported it. So there's a big concern here. And again, she's using this sex.
In Michigan, when allegations of abuse or neglect arise in a custody dispute, the proper procedural mechanism is to report the concerns to Child Protective Services, or CPS, which.
The judge cuts through the noise and drops a decisive order: return the child today. No delays. No debates. This is the moment authority reclaims control. While the mother tries to stall and question logistics, the court narrows it down to one simple outcome: compliance by noon. The conversation shifts from argument to enforcement in seconds.
They never came out and said and arrested my client for domestic violence. This is all new stuff that now she's going to bring up to this court, and it's unacceptable. She can't continue to use this court to effectuate her fraud upon this court and keep continuing with these lies. It's just unacceptable.
Well, she's not using this court to do that. She's just on her own volition, is ignoring court orders, Mr. Ahmad. Ms. Johnson, this child needs to be returned to Mr. Kine today. Is there any reason why it's not going to be returned at noon today? Ms. Johnson,
all of these,
you must file court orders. I know you got a motion to change custody, and that's set for before the referee tomorrow. Mr. Ahmad, are you aware there's a referee hearing tomorrow?
Your Honor, I would like that to be adjourned. The reason
not before this court, it's for the referee.
But I figured, that's fine.
Mr. Kine can appear tomorrow at the referee hearing. Mr. Johnson, where's the child at right now? Is the child here in Monroe County?
No, she's in Westland, Michigan.
Okay, well, you're ordered to bring that child down to Monroe, to return the child to Mr. Kine at noon today. Right now it's 10:15, so you got a couple of hours. So are you going to bring the child back to Monroe? Where are you going to meet?
Your Honor, I would like to have this session adjourned until I can
Ms.
get
Johnson,
some
we'll
type
give you a
of
date
legal.
to review this, but in the meantime, the child's gonna be with dad. So what do you need, 2 weeks?
The
to get an
child is
attorney?
not safe with her father, and he also has a no occupancy permit listing on his home. The house is not safe there. I need legal help.
Your Honor,
Ms.
again,
Johnson, you just lived in that home, did you not?
Yeah, and that's why we left put the order on there. City of Taylor has put the order on there on 7/19.
Okay, Mr.
July
Ahmad, where is
19th.
there some, is the municipality vacating or?
no, the
Kind?
city's coming out for inspection. The house is in fine care. There needs to be a renewal of a certificate of occupancy. It's not a condemned home. Actually, it's in very great shape, more than people live normally. And she lived there for a long time, and she knows that there's no problems with this home. So
There
this
is
is
there a bed?
this is
Is there
another
a bed and
ploy.
bedroom for the child?
Yes, absolutely. There's
Right.
bedrooms.
Ms.
inside
Johnson?
a garage.
CPS.
Ms.
The
Johnson.
bedroom is inside
Ms.
a
Johnson.
garage. The child's
Ms. Johnson, your order to return the child at noon today to Mr. Kind. Do you understand that? The only question is where are we
Yes.
gonna meet?
Your Honor, because he is currently here in Dearborn, Michigan, she doesn't need to drive to Monroe. If the child's in Westland, they can meet at the Dearborn Heights Police Station, and they can exchange the child at the Dearborn Heights Police Station inside, so this way there's no issues.
And Ms. Johnson, will that work?
I would like to state something for the
We'll
record,
give you a date for
please.
review. We can come back in a couple weeks. You can come back with an attorney. But Ms. Johnson, can you meet at the
A
Dearborn
false ex parte
Heights
order
Police
to
Department
get
today?
custody is criminal.
Resistance ramps up as the mother doubles down, challenging the safety of the father's home and even hinting at legal wrongdoing by the court. But the judge doesn't flinch. Instead, more conditions stack up: drug testing, housing restrictions, and a firm custody transfer. The more she pushes, the tighter the legal grip becomes.
I'd like to say one thing for the record. A false ex parte order to get custody is criminal, and criminal complaints on the judge who violates the law can also be in place. I would like you to send somebody out to his home to see that it is in the perfect condition that they say that it is in. Your Honor, I have been there. I've been through it. Mr. Kind is an abusive man. He has abused me in front of my child.
Right. That's why we're not going to be contact. We're not going to be contact. You meet at the police department. Meet at the police department. So we're going to put this over for a couple of weeks. You come back with an attorney, and you're offering to
Just
take a
one
drug
more
test,
thing,
Ms.
Your
Johnson.
Honor.
Is
I'm
that
sorry
correct?
to interrupt.
Ms. Johnson, are you offering to take a drug test?
How are we to know that he's going? Yes, I am, Your Honor.
All right. Court will order. We're going to put this over for a couple of weeks. Then the court's going to order that Ms. Johnson return the child to Mr. Kind today at 12 noon at the Dearborn Heights Police Department. Do you know where that's located, Ms. Johnson?
Yes, I do, Your Honor.
Okay, so you meet there, and the child will remain with Mr. Kind till we come back. The child has been, the father's been denied the child since July 15th. Is that correct, Mr. Ahmad?
July 9th, that's
There's
correct.
an active
July
CPS
15th.
case that
So
is
July 15th.
prohibiting
Right.
me from returning the child to the father.
That's not true. That's completely false.
Yes,
Ms.
it is.
Johnson,
I
Ms.
have
Johnson,
the
the court's made a
paperwork
decision.
with
We're going to set this in order. We're going to put a review date in a couple of weeks. You need it 2 weeks in which to get the drug test done, a hair follicle drug test.
No, I can do it right now today.
Okay, good. But you need some time. You want to talk with an attorney, correct?
I do need to talk with an attorney, but I do not think that it is in the best interest of the child to be returned to her father while there's a sex offender that is on the property and there's numerous drug activities and criminal activities that are going on his property. Mr. Hamadi could say that it's untrue all he wants, but he's not there. He did not live there with the child. The child is in danger with her father.
So, Mr. Ahmad, any objection to the court ordering that no other parties can reside in that home till we come back?
Yeah. Does anyone reside in? No. Yeah, that's fine, Your Honor.
All right, so the court will address that, Ms. Johnson. Again, the order is that you return the child to Mr. Kind today at 12 noon at the Dearborn Heights Police Department. Mr. Kind will have possession of the child until we come back to court in a couple weeks, which will give you a date in a mile. Ms. Johnson, in order to submit to a hair follicle test and provide the results to the court and to Mr. Ahmad when we come before we come back. And finally, the court will order that Mr. Kind not allow any other person to reside in the home until we come back. Determine who's
That's
also in the home.
So once again,
And we
you're
have
going to
review
place
dates.
a child, a
August
3-year-old child
21st
with
at
a
9
sex
a.m.
offender.
Just a minute, Ms.
Once again,
Kind,
Your
Ms.
Honor,
Johnson. Mr. Ahmad, are you
You're placing
available?
a child, a 3-year-old little girl with a sex offender family of no
August
sexual
21st, 9:45, you
abuse
available, Mr.
to
Ahmad?
children in the family.
Yes, Your Honor. Is that in person or on Zoom?
Besides Zoom.
Okay,
Ms.
that
Johnson,
works. I'll be there. August 21st at
The
9:30.
court's review is August 21st. What time again? 9:45 a.m.
That's fine.
So, Ms. Johnson, make
So
sure the
you're
front
putting
court has
a
a valid
child with a
address
sex
so we
offender
can mail
once
you a
again,
copy of
Your
this
Honor.
order. All your objections are noted, Ms. Johnson. Make sure the front of the court, when you're in the courthouse today, go down to the front of the court, make sure they have Mr. Walker as your correct mailing address, so a copy of this order is mailed to you. You want to be
my
here
correct
August
mailing address?
21st
I've
at
received
9:45 a.m.
Your Honor, I also want to address if she's requesting an attorney and this court knows that there's a referee hearing tomorrow, it doesn't make sense that there's a hearing tomorrow when she's requesting an attorney.
It doesn't make, no,
She
I would
filed
like
the
to go
motion
in
in
front of
pro per, Mr.
Jennifer
Ahmad.
Comrich.
So
All right.
the
Is that it?
referee may, in fact, put it over to, you want to put everything over? Ms. Johnson, do you want to put your motion over before this court on August 21st at 9:45?
I would like to carry on with tomorrow being the day. I'm ready to go forward with this.
All right, all right. The referee, most likely, Mr. Ahmad, will adjourn the matter to this court's docket August 21st, but we'll see. She wants to keep it on, and that's her motion in pro per, so maybe Mr. Kine can appear. And,
Okay, are those-
if you choose not to appear, and just inform the referee, the court ordered that the mother return the child to the father today at 12 noon. Hopefully that's happened. Ms. Johnson, you need to comply with this court's order. It's very critical. So follow this court's order.
Yes,
Make
Your
sure the
Honor,
child
and
returns
I
to
think
Mr.
that
Kine
you should
today
comply
at
with
noon
the
at the
safety
Dearborn
of
High
the
Police
well-being of a
Department.
child. The best interest of the
Now,
child is that is what you're supposed to be taking into consideration as a judge. That's your job. You're not
back
doing
with
that
an
with my little
attorney.
girl.
Back to the attorney on
You're
August
returning
21st,
her
Ms.
to a
Johnson. No one
drug-tested
has
location
received any
with your
CPS
father,
reports.
as well as sex offenders in the home that live there.
Walker, any questions about the language of?
Now the spotlight shifts to follow through. The child remains with the father, but the mother's credibility is under pressure as promised drug test results fail to appear. What was once a dramatic standoff turns into a test of accountability. In court, claims are cheap, proof is everything, and right now, it's missing.
The court has received final recommendation that the child should remain in the exclusive possession of the father until such time as results are received from the mother's hair follicle tests. We thought we'd have that today. Further, it's recommended that mother shall not make any posts regarding this case or Mr. Kine under social media. And further, it's ordered that the plaintiff is requesting mother be sentenced on the contempt finding. That's the recommendation this morning. Ms. Johnson, do you understand the recommendation?
Yes, I do, Your Honor.
The status of your hair follicle test. When you were last in court, you advised the court that you had secured that drug testing on August 9th, and you would have the results by today.
I thought that was how it would work too. I did do it August 9th at 10:13 a.m. I have the paperwork. I just do not have the results. They have not dropped into my inbox, unfortunately.
Okay, you need to reach out to that facility. So the court's inclined to adopt this recommendation that the essence stay with that until such time as you have secured those results.
Your Honor, can I ask what facility Miss Johnson had taken her hair follicle test at?
Right, Ms. Johnson, what's the name of the facility?
LabCorp.
Where is that out of?
East Jordan.
What city?
East Jordan, Michigan?
Yes, East Jordan, Michigan.
Okay, so you went in actually to that East Jordan facility?
Yes, I did, Your Honor.
Okay. Well, you got to reach out to them and secure that. I guess probably we should have this for review dates. I mean, I don't want this for Ms. Johnson to have to petition the court notice of hearing. It may be difficult for her, so we'll put a review date on this, maybe in 30 days. Mr. Ahmad, how many days was Dad denied parenting time? Weeks approximately.
35 days. 35 days.
Okay. All right. So let's have this for review in about 30 days. And Ms. Johnson, if you want to get those results, you can always notice it back on for hearing before then.
Your Honor, East Jordan, Michigan is That's like almost towards the UP by like Boyne City and Petoskey. Can the court hear me?
Yes, yeah, I can. And again, I didn't know where East Jordan, Michigan was located, but yeah,
It's
that's
it's by
Ms.
Charlotte.
Johnson's responsibility. She's got to get those hair follicle test results. So it's on her to produce those.
Well, that just seems odd to me because she was in court in Monroe, and then she was in person the following week. All right, I guess I'm just a little confused because
It's unusual.
Not that far of a drive. I drove there. On the 9th, I wasn't in Monroe on the 9th. I was in Alpena on the 9th. And I do have a son that lives in Lewiston whom I frequently visit.
Okay.
East
Your Honor,
Jordan is the closest place to there. It's 80 miles. Yes, it's a far drive, but I did it.
all right, Your Honor, I would like to address one other thing with the court, if the court allows.
All right, one moment. Are you available, Mr. Hamad, on September 25 for review? September 25 and 10:30,
If I could just check my calendar, Your Honor.
please.
Your Honor, I start a mediation at 8:30, and then I have a settlement conference at 12. Can we do the following week?
About October. How about the week before that? I mean, obviously, this child should have some contact with mother, and I hate to put this off for 6 weeks. What about do we think September 24th?
I think the 24th at 2.
How about September 24th at 2:00?
I start a trial in Wayne County Circuit Court at 11:30 that day.
Okay. And then the 18th of,
Do you
how
guys,
about September 18th at 9:45?
that works.
All right. Mr. Pratt, could you put in as a recommendation that the court will review the matter? We'll put it back on our docket September 18th at 9:45, please.
Yes, sir.
All right. Mr. Mott, just one other issue you wanted to address?
Yes, Your Honor. So unless the court's adopting the recommendation, then it may address some of the social media posts that Ms. Johnson's been posting about dad being a chomo, which is a child molester, as well as just the court's aware, Mr. Kind gets home and finds a writing on the door, which looks like marker on his front door saying, "You're a chomo, Mr. Kind, you deserve a knife in your chomo liver." I don't know. He doesn't know who wrote that. He doesn't, but obviously it's pertaining to this case because who else is going to do that? And I'm not suggesting we don't have proof that Ms. Johnson did it, but clearly if this is continuously hitting social media and there are her friends or family that are also getting frustrated or whatever the case may be, this might be causing those problems. And based on the contempt, it seems like Ms. Johnson just doesn't know how to stop. So I would ask the court to sentence her or partial sentence, even to pay for attorney fees. She clearly told the court she's looking for an attorney. There's no attorney here. It's wasting our time as well as Mr. Kind's time. And that's what I would be asking, but I'll keep it to the court's discretion.
Certainly your position, your statements is unknown, obviously is understood, Mr. Ahmad, and obviously Mr. Kind should contact law enforcement, make a report. And maybe there's some cameras that might pick up whoever did that. And Ms. Johnson, you need to rein in your friends and accomplices. I mean, they should obviously, this is clearly inappropriate. The court will order that you not post anything about Mr. Kind or Essence on social media. This is a matter before this court and you and the father. So you're gonna find yourself and spend some time in jail as a contempt sentence. I'm going to reserve a sentencing at this time, but you're pushing it, Ms. Johnson, by posting things on social media. That shall immediately stop. And I suggest you bring in your friends, tell them that they're creating problems for you in your relationship with your daughter.
Your Honor, if I
That
may.
said, I just forewarn you, Ms. Johnson, it's got to stop. And you need to tell your friends that they are creating problems for you and your daughter, because this impacts upon you negatively.
Your Honor, and I understand she has the freedom of speech, as Ms. Johnson had stated to Ms. LaPrade, and we understand that. And her freedom of speech under the Constitution is fine. But to talk about what this court's doing, how bad this court's moving forward in this case, how Mr. Kind is a child molester. I just don't believe it's in the best interest of the child. If in the future these two want to co-parent, this needs to stop.
Court would agree. Court fully agrees with your position, Mr. Ahmad, and hopefully Ms. Johnson is listening. So again, this matter is adjourned. Hopefully, Ms. Johnson, you come back with those hair follicle results. If you get them, pass them on to Mr. Ahmad ahead of time. And also the front of the court, right ahead of time. Don't wait till the review date of September 18th to do that. Again, you should not post anything in social media, and instruct your friends not to do so about Mr. Kind. They're creating problems for you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
And so we'll adjourn this matter to September 18th at 9:45. Any questions, Ms. Johnson?
No questions, Your Honor.
Okay. All right. Copies will be mailed out. Mr. Pratt will add that date to the recommendation. Now we'll conclude this hearing. You can all zoom out. Have a good rest of the day.
You too.
At the conclusion of the second hearing, the court adjourned the matter to September 18th at 9:45 a.m. for further review, ordered Ms. Johnson to produce her hair follicle drug test results from the LabCorp facility in East Jordan, Michigan, prior to the review date, and ordered that she cease posting any content regarding Mr. Kind or the minor child on social media.
Things escalate beyond custody into outright chaos, social media accusations, alleged threats, and reputational damage. The judge steps in hard, warning of contempt and even jail time if this behavior continues. This is no longer just a custody dispute. It's about control, conduct, and consequences. The message is blunt. Follow the rules, or face serious penalties. Make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and we'll see you in the next one.